following the end of the elections in the United States of America, there are a few lessons I was able to draw that Kenya as a country, William Ruto as the president, Raila Amolo Odinga as the former opposition leader, should take from that kind of an election. That is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I do so, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. The elections were very smooth in the United States of America. People voted as early as from 2 weeks. And actually, the voting was done and results announced almost immediately after the votes were done with counting. After that, we had some calls being made to the president-elect by Vice President Kamala Harris and also the President of the United States of America, that is Joe Biden. They both conceded defeat and embraced peaceful transition, and also some of them promised to keep fighting on as far as the rights of the Americans and the well-being of the American people is concerned. As we speak today, America has moved on from that. Now policies are being brought on board. What are some of these lessons that I learned from there? One, peaceful elections in this country. Our presidential candidates must not steer the country towards poor agendas and tribal feelings or emotions. This kind of an election that occurred, it was issue-based. People arguing about abortion, people arguing about the economy, people arguing in various things and immigration, people arguing about things that matter to the American people. So therefore, we want to ask the crafting that is happening in William Ruto and William Odinga on the tribal best to come to an end. Bring issues on board. You brought the bottom up. Raila Odinga brought the 6,000. Now that you are both together, bring them in 2027. Let's not have the political alignments that are tribal based being executed right now to come and start showing off in 2027. Another lesson I learned is this: we must have a seamless voting in our elections. Votes counted and results announced almost immediately. We need a system in this country that can work best just like it was in the United States of America, where the results speak for themselves, where you don't need Chebukati to go and sit down and craft results, when we don't need IBC people dividing themselves in terms of who is supporting the results and who is not. Because the United States of America has led by an example, a good one. So therefore, I want to ask the government here today that let us have credible and good systems that will ensure that Kenyans get satisfied with the results. Nobody has complained in the US except those who lost actually feel like they were supposed to win. But no one has said that results were stolen. Another thing I've learned is that US tolerates some things in Africa which they can't tolerate in their country. Now William Ruto learned from the US. In 2027, let's have the same election being reflected here in this country. As the United States of America were holding their elections, the campaigns were being watched across the country. Money was raised from the public, but public money was not stolen to run campaigns. That is a very important lesson that the country should learn, but the presidential candidates must learn. The governors must learn that you don't need to steal public funds for you to win an election. Deliver for the people, and the people will vote for you. Another big lesson we learned from the US, it is that if you've lost an election as an incumbent, accept and go home. William Ruto, listen to this carefully. Learn that if you've lost an election, go home, accept the results and go home. We know the entire country right now it's against William Ruto's leadership. And if elections were held today, William Ruto will go home. We expect a reflection of the US here in Kenya come 2027. Going home and conceding defeat peacefully, then organizing a peaceful transition. As the US results were being announced here in Kenya, Botswana were also having the elections. And a young man there won the election, and there was a peaceful transition, and the incumbent considered defeat, and was to speak here, it now leads among the most democratic countries we have in the world, particularly in Africa. Such a good example from Botswana. That is what we expect from Kenyans. Kenya, we are leading in terms of so many things, and having such kind of a conceding, such kind of an election where the incumbent accepts the results, and he accepts he has lost, and he allows the new government to come in. It happens peacefully as that. Actually, the incumbent went ahead and said he's not going to vie for presidency again. He's going to support someone else. Despite that they've been in power for long, it's important to accept results at this point. So as we move to President William Ruto's team, Raila Amolo Odinga's team, let us always accept the results they with here. But to the ABC, let the results be open, transparent, and accepted by all Kenyans because of the way it has been made. That is how the country is going to move forward. Last but not least, Trump won an election based on speaking the language of Americans first. How we wish President William Ruto puts Kenya first. Stop embracing the IMF, embracing the US, embracing Germany, Switzerland, the whites, while the Kenyans, the people elected you, are crying. Let's have a country where at least we are not going to cry while our leaders smile. I don't know what's your lesson from the United States of America election. Please let me see on the comment section so that at least we can also keep learning. My name is Abdul Mukwa. See you next time. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment because that's the best support you can always give this channel.